Waiting.
Yeah, he got it.
There we go.
Wow.
All live. What's up, everybody? Hurricane BX here, and welcome to another R.O.C Hangout. We come to you live each and every single week, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Realm of Collectors YouTube channel. You could also download an audio version of this podcast on iTunes and Google Play through your favorite podcast app. I suggest Podcast Addict because I could not find this on Podbean. If you're watching us on YouTube, don't forget there's a live chat happening right down below. Hop in, say hello. We're going to shout everybody in the chat out at the end of this live stream. So hop in there, say what's up. Don't forget to check out our website, realmofcollectors.com. We got some new merchandise up there for you. We got 2 shot glasses, R.O.C branded shot glasses that you could get for $13 shipped anywhere in the continental U.S. For our international members, we could work out shipping for you at a later date, and I'm sure we could take care of you. It's not a problem. So let's say what's up to the rest of the crew. We got a lot of things to talk about tonight. First up, the analyzer, Brian Brink. How you doing?
Hey, good evening, everyone. It's a great night for podcasting, I must say. So hope you enjoy, got your popcorn ready, and ready for a good show.
Sweet. How you
Very
doing?
dapper.
You're looking very good. You got a nice little blazer on
Hey, you
tonight.
let Chuck in.
Oh, God.
He gets it.
Starting already. All right. Next up, Chuck C. How you doing, brother?
Doing great. Great to be here.
Yeah, all good.
Thank you for joining us. Next up, Energon Addict. How you doing tonight, brother?
What's up, Pop? I'm all right, chilling here, ready for this hangout. What up?
Yeah.
Another Tuesday night. The tradition continues. All right. First time with us on the live portion of the hangout. We got Extra Zero in the house. What's up, brother?
How's it going, man? Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here, ready to chat. Got some cool stuff to talk about. So, feeling the energy.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Yeah, good to have you.
Yeah,
All right.
Nice
we
to talk
gotta-
about some nerdy stuff.
Oh, yes, definitely. We got a lot to talk about tonight. We're going to hit these topics like boom, boom, boom. All right. Next up, the birthday boy himself, G Money. Happy birthday, brother.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Oh, man.
Confetti.
Thanks,
Guys,
guys.
all together now. We got to sing it. We got to sing it to him.
Yeah, you don't have to sing.
You don't want to.
Dude, no, it's been a great day. Had the day off of work. Excited to hang out with you guys and talk about all the great stuff we got on the agenda tonight.
Sweet. All right. Next up, JD.
Hi, everybody. How we doing?
Hi.
Hey, JD.
Hello.
JD in the disco lounge.
Yeah. Works.
Yeah, party going on over there.
Always.
All right. And Tim K. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's up, guys? All good over here. Everybody good?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
So far.
Excellent. Pump for the show. Let's get this thing rolling.
Yep.
All right.
Pinkerton's probably got to have like a talking Mr. Burns by now. He can just chime in with the excellent.
Or we need to work on getting the soundboard and stuff. It'd be nice to throw in those little sound effects every now and again. I'm not equipped for that here. Not yet. Mm-hmm.
The Marcellus Wallace or the Jules instantly demonetized soundboard.
Oh man, so funny. So all right, we're gonna have a lot of things to talk about tonight, guys. Let's just jump right into it. Tim, we'll hit you up first. You went to a Transformers convention, you said, over the weekend. I think it was called Cons. So
Exactly.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. It was in the middle of Germany. I think it is. I don't know what it's called in English, but it's like in the middle, and it's called Cons. You got it right. It's Cybertron's Open U Spaceport, spelled out. It was done as a fan convention originally, and it has grown so far that Hasbro works on it in the back. They worked out a name, and they're getting even stuff for a raffle. They donated, and they got the cosplay contest. They have a very small, but still they are custom and kit bash contest. We had different sellers there. We had TF Robots from the Netherlands, Garrett Camaro NL from the Netherlands, We had a few private sellers and also actionfiguren24.de, actionfigures24.de. That was pretty cool. We had a drive from about 3.5 hours there with a small car. It went all good, though expected.
Was it a Volkswagen?
No, it was not a Volkswagen. It was actually a Mitsubishi Base Star. But that was a fast little piggy. It was magenta, and in the first and second gear, it went crazy. It was a great car. I enjoyed it pretty much. Also, what I enjoyed, I meet my my friend Dennis, the Menace. Shout out to that dude. Added him to the group too. He said he wanted to join. Was okay with him. Same as the TF Robots owner Kevin Lamb. Yeah, pretty cool. We got into the town hall. It's called the Kolping House. This is just really a very, very small place. But getting in there, you had the first fans and you had the first sellers. And yeah, first thing I saw was a weapon I was missing from the Power Master Prime. So I will intersperse that with a little what you get. And I got that directly, and I just went for a first round, checking everything out, and I saw many grails I didn't see until now in live, like almost complete G1 Manazor, Metroplex, saw an original Fortress Maximus, many Pretenders and Micromasters all over the place. Some people had really gotten themselves very much work into their cosplay. We had a female Perceptor cosplay that was on point. I think she won too. That was really, really great work with paper mache and all other sorts of materials. Very, very cool. It looked really on point. When I thought about doing a photo, she had most of it offload. I was a little
That doesn't sound bad at all. I was going to ask you because I saw some of the pictures that you posted, and it kind of reminded me of like NJCC. And then you said you traveled a couple of hours like to get there, so that's kind of like similar for a lot of us like here in the States to go to that show that's it's right by Philly in South Jersey, I think. So like what the size of it? It wasn't that big, right?
No, it was a town hall. I don't know. Oh man, how big was it? I don't know. I don't know how big NJCC is. Has this several rooms or?
It's just like it's like a lobby,
Two
kind
rooms.
of like a hotel like lobby, which is you could consider like a room, and then they have a inside dealer room that's a little bit bigger, but it's not really like that huge. A decent size, but not huge at all, you know.
Okay,
so from your pics, it looked very similar to NJCC, like especially like the way the sellers were set up with their tables, and a lot of them had like a lot of the kind of like, you know, looks like they brought stuff from their collections and a lot of like G1 stuff that they had.
Exactly.
You know, it's pretty cool. And for such like a small event, you said it's actually like sponsored by Hasbro?
Yeah, exactly. They worked everything out with it. I talked to their organizer. She's called R.O.C, and she did it as a fan event at first. And I think she approached Hasbro, and Hasbro worked it all out because it was supposed to sound like a Transformers convention, but it was also supposed not to get much of the connection to Hasbro. I don't know why this was supposed to work out like that, but now they're at it. On the last one, the 8th iteration, Hasbro was even air and was answering fan question like why the support in Germany is so bad and whatnot. They did a pretty big coverage, and this year they wanted to attend too, but it wasn't possible with their scheduling. But at least they donated something for the raffle. It was a very big, pretty big load of the last night figures. There was a table full with it.
They had some third-party stuff there, though, right?
There were much. TF Robots had a very big portion of it. I think it was only third party. They had the Constructor V2. I was very tempted, but my money was low, so I let it leave there, unfortunately. But I got me finally my 4 Transform Mission Standicons, which I really enjoy. Those are very cool. I can highly only recommend them. And I got the Generation Toy OPEX from him, which was sadly disassembled. Brian knows about it. I asked him if there's something wrong. and he confirmed my fears. So that's going to go back to TF Robots. The support from this guy is great. If you at any time should anywhere look at something and you don't find it, and you will find it there, you can actually do business with him. It's a great support. Yeah, but the first round and the second and third, it was really quick. I saw different other games. I saw the unique toys Orden there assembled, but I didn't pick that up. That guy was a little crazy on the price. I talked a little bit about the Realm of Collectors too, with Kevin, with the guy I said about earlier, the Dennis, my friend, and yeah, they were positive about joining. That's why I added them directly. Other guys, like I already said, were like, "Eh, collecting like network or what? I don't get it." And I don't know. They were like anti. I don't know. I didn't put too much into it, but then I asked the guys behind it, and they said it's cool to lay out the cards. So that's what I did. And by the time I left, I think there were only 5 of them left. I had like 30. So there were a few interests still. That's pretty good.
That's awesome.
That's good.
Hopefully, that's good. Spreading the realm around, and hopefully, we get some new members out of that. Everybody's always welcome.
Yeah. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I hope to get my rock box. That's what popped up yesterday. So it was a day late, unfortunately, but it was still there. A great afford. I love the box, but for the cons, that's pretty much it. It was very small. I'm looking forward to it getting bigger, but I don't see it happening like on really big halls, like I don't know, German Comic Con or something like that. But they still have ways to go, and Transformers is pretty low in Germany, so I don't know how much they will do. Yeah. But for a review of that show, that's about it. But
right. Sweet, man. Thanks for telling us. Like I said, it looked like very similar to our NJCC show that we do, a few times a year here. So, that's cool if you just get to go to a con, meet some, friends and, meet some new people. And like you said, you spread those cards out, put some stickers out, helping to spread the word of the Realm of Collectors, man. So, thank you for that. It's awesome.
Yeah, and don't ask, just put them out there. Hey, Tim, next time you go to one of those, see if you can write down some prices for some well-known pieces. I'd be kind of curious to see what's going on out there.
Oh yeah, okay. Hey, but I can tell you.
We can talk about that later.
Or something like that. It's okay. Sure.
All right. Cool.
All right. So last night during the halftime of a football game, Monday Night Football, a certain trailer was released. The latest Star Wars trailer. Yeah, I think everybody was very, very excited.
Oh yeah, I'm getting excited now.
Yes. So let's go like round robin, get everybody's feelings on the trailer, and let us know if you actually got your tickets for debut night. So let's start with Brian Brain. What do you think?
I really, really liked it. Now that I have an open mind about Mr. Wren, so I don't mind seeing him now on the screen and knowing that I'll continue to see him for a couple more movies, most likely. So that's fine. Definitely some twists and turns. Like the way they cut that stuff together, you think something's going to happen, but that's probably not the way it's going to happen. Right. And, dude, space battles, AT-ATs.
Yes.
Young British girls. I don't know.
Oh, man.
Pew.
Yeah, it looked really good. Just like you said, the way they kind of cut it, and it just looked like some certain characters in very dire situations, and you're just like, oh my god, I just want to see this. I want to know what happens. And a lot of those effect shots, like you said, those walkers look dope. That shot with all of them kind of like lined up in the very beginning. Yeah. Very, very cool. And I bought my tickets after watching the trailer. I bought my tickets last night. I think when we were all in the ETR after hangout. So you bought your tickets?
No,
Brian. Not yet.
I don't know. I use Fandango. I clicked on my theater. They only had a week out, so I'm not sure how you guys do that stuff. I'm sure I won't have a problem seeing it. But I typically go and watch movies Friday after work when they get released. So that Thursday you won't see me online.
I was about to say you're gonna have to be dodging spoilers for a freaking day and a half.
I gotta take a break. for a day.
What's the official date? I never looked into that. What is it?
The 14th.
The
December-
14th. All right.
Yeah.
I will be calling out or putting in for a vacation day that day already.
Yep. That's a Thursday. I got my tickets for after work, so I work till 5. The showing's at 7, so I'm good.
Nice.
Got that to look forward to. What about you, Chuck? What do you think about
On Thursday or Friday?
Thursday show?
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. Yeah, just like Brian said, I think they're just being clever with how to cut it together, especially the last scene where they're offering hands. I don't think they're even in the same scene together. And yeah, I'm just really wondering what's going on with Luke. That's what I'm really in. Seems kind of scared and weak, and that's not the Luke that I'm used to. So we'll see. It's a little bit anxious about that, but we'll see. I'm totally gonna see it Thursday by hook or by crook. I don't have my tickets yet, but I'll get them.
Nice. Yeah. What about you, Dave?
Bro, so yesterday I was watching ETR, and Chris was like, let's go. I want to see this fucking trailer. And I felt the same way, to the point that, like, I ran, and my wife's watching her whatever show she's watching, right? And she's like, what? I'm like, give me the fucking remote. She's like, what? I'm like, she's like, it's not even 10 yet. I go, it's on now. The fucking stormtroopers are out. So we finally find the channel. I missed like the first like 10 seconds of it, but I'm watching it. I just stand there and I'm like, I look like a pork like this. Like, I was just staring at the whole fucking screen. I have DVR, so that shit got on rewind. My wife went into the shower. I think I watched it like 4 more times after that, like in a row. And I was just trying to catch like glimpses of little things, or trying to catch little things I might have missed. But like you guys all said, like the way they pieced it together, you know, they're making it seem like, hey, Rey might turn out to be bad, and whatever the fucking case may be. I mean, it still might be the case. We don't know. But regardless, it just looks like a dope movie, and it's something that I'm excited for. You know, so can't wait. Can't fucking wait.
True. Extra, what about you?
Oh man, I'm hyped. I mean, well, I have a lot of hype for this because I was at Celebration when I saw the first trailer, so that's always going to resonate with me. And you know, this kind of the first trailer was more of a teaser than anything, and this had so many establishing shots, kind of like the little story threads, like everybody's been talking about. But you know, it just I love when a trailer just starts making us questions and what's going on here, what's going on there, and getting your imagination and all going. I mean, I liked what I saw. I liked the little you know, the little new mysteries, like when Luke's under the rubble and you see his hand come up out of there. Like, what is that all about? You know, is that a flashback scene, or is that something that's going to happen to him? And then that whole ominous way they end it with, you know, Rey and Kylo, like that. Oh, you know, it's I love when my mind gets to wander, like, well, you know, what's going to happen? And oh man, those fucking AT-ATs.
Yeah.
I just my you know, my thing for it is I just hope that it has a lot of the same heart and the same character development that the first movie had. Like, well, I should say not the first movie, but Force Awakens had. That's just, you know, if it has that, I think it could be a big winner. And I got my tickets already. In fact, I was happy that my theater has assigned seating. So, yeah, I'm all about that 7 to 3 work life. So I can hit up Duke Claw after work and have a nice little happy hour dinner, a couple drinks, and then just saunter on into the theater.
Nice. Sounds good. Nice. What about you, G? G?
Money.
Is that mute?
Oh, hey, no, I thought you were talking. I said JD. I'm sorry. I was waiting.
Sorry, man.
Yeah, no, listen. So I'll just say this, you know, because we kind of talked about a lot of things. Some of the scenes, you know, look pretty cool. I was one of those people. I was pretty invested into the old extended universe with all the novels and, you know, and all the different books. So it took me a little bit longer to kind of open my mind to these series of movies. Force Awakens I didn't love it. I get it. It was neat to see some of the stuff. I actually liked the Rogue story a little bit better. But, you know, I'm kind of curious to see, you know, where this goes. I think hopefully they can develop the characters just a little bit more. So I'm pretty, you know, I look forward to seeing it.
Sweet. What about you, JD? I know you're a big Star Wars fan.
A little bit, just a tiny bit. Yeah, I am super fucking excited. Like everybody has said, the trailer's trying to put some thoughts in your head. We'll see what happens. I mean, I've been working on this Dio for like the last month, and that's all I've been watching is Star Wars.
It's awesome, that Dio.
Great.
Thank you. But when I got back from Skullfest, I started from the beginning. I watched all of episode 1, and now I'm like,
you didn't even fast forward a little bit through episode 1?
No, well, because I'm working on this
a little bit.
But I watched all 3 of the prequel trilogies so far, and then now I'm on the Clone Wars, and then I'm gonna skip to Rebels, so on and so forth and I'm gonna see how many times I can do that until the movie comes out. Not that I haven't seen these movies enough, but
there's never
how
enough.
much are you able to, how much are you able to consume in like one day? Like how much are you watching? How many hours per day?
Let's see. Probably like 2 of the movies.
All right.
So I'm gonna
And
sit
then
here
if
for
you're watching half-an-hour TV shows, you can get through a good chunk of that too.
Oh yeah. I'm already on like the 2nd season of the Clone Wars. So
nice.
They talk about the Force Tree in Clone Wars.
The what?
The Force Tree. They talk about that in Clone Wars, or maybe Rebels.
I don't think so.
Nah, Chuck, I think that's in comics.
That thing. I don't know. We'll see. I don't remember because I thought I remember them talking about it in like towards the end of the Clone Wars series. I thought the whole Yoda discovering this and that training. I thought there was something about that in there.
Yeah, it's been a while since I watched.
I don't remember. Yeah,
I gotta brush up on that.
The whole thing with the Greys, they went to at the end.
Yeah.
All right. You got to see the trailer, Tim? What do you think?
Yeah, I saw today. It was great. I'm not that big a Star Wars fan. I don't have a single figure, but Star Wars still is a must watch for me. It's just one of the biggest franchises of all time, and I like the darker approach. Of course, the Force Awakens was like the light approach. Everybody's returning, and this one absolutely deals with the menacing threat of what Kylo Ren's dark side is getting at. We get more powerful. It was reported that he will get the yellow eyes Anakin Skywalker had in episode 3, and I'm really much looking forward to that. Also what James said about the Luke Skywalker hand coming out of the rubble, like, is that a flashback? What happened? Why Kylo Ren has turned dark and everything? And also when he's like flying the TIE fighter, spoilers ahead for something someone don't see on the realm, when he was like blasting forward in front of Leia. Will they be pulling the trigger on her? I think they changed the script a little bit since.
Yeah, but the thing is, those trailers, they cut and paste.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then you go to the Rogue One trailers where they had stuff that never even happened in the movie.
Yeah, exactly. They're just playing your minds. They set it up really good, and I think those setups are just playing. So, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Absolutely.
I'm curious what's up with the scars on Kylo. You know, they look kind of like robotic. Like they're put mesh in there.
No,
Space Age Bandit.
I think I was gonna say it's intergalactic band-aids.
There's
there's one
with
scene
him
where
with
he's got
it,
minions
with
on
it sealed.
But in the scene where he's at the end, when he's reaching his hand out, he doesn't have them anymore. It's just
It's all healed.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, so maybe it like takes place like,
Band-Aids.
right after or something.
So that'd be funny if he had like a like Max Rebo pattern on there.
Yeah. I'm wondering if Luke and Leia are finally going to get together. You know, if they had that kiss
What?
and fire.
Brian, so what you just said, though, this is going to be the first Star Wars movie that doesn't take place directly after. I mean, if you count, The New Hope, and then they all had a time lapse in between them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's like right after the ending of the last one. It's going to start. supposedly.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah.
Is it? Okay,
Yeah.
that's what you heard.
Like immediately that handoff.
Mhm.
Poor choice of words, said Luke Skywalker.
Interesting.
That was going.
Well, sweet. All looking forward to that. So, all right, we'll move on, guys. New York Comic Con was this weekend. We're not going to spend too much time on this. If for the full in-depth coverage, check out Plastic Fanatics, the latest episode on Victory Saber 77's channel. He had an in-depth podcast about New York Comic Con. But just real quick, we could just run down the panel. Did any of you guys see anything as far as like action figures? Anything that stood out to you? Anything that you're looking forward to?
Spider-Man Joker.
Oh, it's a Chuck?
Yeah, the new Mezco Joker that they showed at the Mezco booth looked pretty awesome.
Yeah, I think they might have showed pictures of that on Into the Realm. I know they had a picture of a Joker up there that looked really, really good. Mezco. Yeah. Did you say something extra? You had something out there?
Yeah, the Spider-Man Noir Marvel Legends.
You collect that line?
And I get like onesie twosies. Like I have like all the Guardians of the Galaxy because my buddy T-Man he is big into Marvel Legends, and I did a lot of pickups for him when I go out and do my toy hunts. And he's like, "Oh, you got to get some, and I ended up getting them, and it's like one of the most frustrating lines I've ever tried to collect. Like,
that's right.
Yeah, the Build-A-Figures and then the parts theft. I can't deal with it. So I gave up on collecting. I was like, all the money I'd sink into these for characters that would get like replaced, I might as well just fucking go and buy a few Hot Toys. Just round out my Avengers. Have like, that's just me.
Speaking of Hot Toys, that the thing that caught my eye was that Mythos Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan. Yeah, it was gorgeous.
Oh yeah, that looked good. That was Hot Toys.
Yeah, or Sideshow or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna bite that bullet, but it that whole interpretation of Obi-Wan just fascinates me. That's just great stuff.
It looks like him in between, like not quite the old man Obi, and you can still see some of him from the prequels.
To be honest, it reminds me of Legend of Zelda Link, right? Because he carries all that crap with him. You just don't see it.
Yeah, that's really good. That's a nice shout out right there. It did look really good. Anybody else?
I didn't really see. I mean, I didn't see much coverage. I knew Chuck was there, and if I would have known he was there to grab some exclusive, I would have asked him to grab that Street Fighter Zangief. But that's all.
I got one for Chris.
For Chris,
earlier.
Mortal Kombat stuff looks really good.
Yeah, it is.
I didn't realize that the figure art Spider-Man was going to be there too. I would have asked you to maybe track that down for me.
Yeah, I saw that at the show there. Has some things that are hard to find.
They had it with the wall, right?
Yeah.
That's nice.
That line was a mile long on Thursday. They wrapped around the booth twice. For the Bandai.
That's the thing, man. I can't do lines. Like I would hope to catch them like on a Sunday afternoon and just hope that it's not that bad. But that place is packed. The Javits gets really, really packed now.
Yeah. Once I picked up my exclusives, it was so hard to get through the crowd because I had stuff from Pinkerton. I had my stuff that I got. It was brutal. But con life.
Hey, you made it.
I guess so.
Yeah, you're here.
Yeah.
They actually also showed the Storm collectibles Heihachi from Tekken 7. That looked great too.
Yep.
I did see that.
Yeah, that hair sculpt is like nylon perfect, and that's like a hard thing to nail for Heihachi.
Absolutely. That looks great. Yeah, and the TC King of Fighters. Looking forward to that.
Chun-Li there too.
If only they could get the Killer Instinct license, then.
Oh, dude, tell me about it. I hate their little figure line. Nothing to get into deep. But
I bought
collected with Killer Instinct. Sign me up.
Yeah, I bought the Full Gore that came out that was supposed to be articulated, and what a piece of junk.
Really? That bad?
It's really bad. It's really, really bad. I've got it back in its box, and it stinks because it's like it's painted and sculpted nicely, but it's really meant to be more of a statue than a figure. But it doesn't work as a statue because of the articulation. So
I'm still thinking about doing a custom Fulgo, but that's for another time.
Nice. Well, guys, if you
I was kind of surprised that.
Oh, go ahead, Chuck. No, go ahead.
I was kind of surprised that Storm Collectibles had the King of Fighters 98 license out of nowhere. King of Fighters 98, and they had Rugal on display, but he wasn't articulated or anything. The great prototype.
Mm-hmm. Did they have Did they have a release date for those? Like a?
No,
there wasn't. So. I think there was an estimated, but I don't remember what it was.
I took all pictures of. I posted a whole bunch of pictures that I took, but I can't find them right now. I posted them up on the rock.
All right, sweet. And there's a lot more. Also, check out the Realm of Collectors on Instagram, as Antoine Mega 81 is killing it with content. He posted a ton of pictures from New York Comic Con this weekend. So if you guys missed out on any of the events, he put up a bunch of footage. There's trailers, a lot of the exclusive figures that are coming out, and a lot of the upcoming products from across a bunch of different brands. You could check out on the Realm Collectors on Instagram. So we'll wrap that up. That's cool. Guys, Skullfest 2017 this weekend.
Yeah.
You know, I think everybody on this panel, but two of us, got to go. So I want to hear everybody's stories from start to finish. How was the event? What do you think? What was the best thing you ate? Like, just, I want to hear your stories. So let us know. Brian, how was your experience?
Oh, me first?
Well, yeah.
Dude, it's always,
anybody could go.
It's always a. It's just.
Well, Brian doesn't remember much, so he's trying to piece it together right now.
I was gonna say he's feeling pretty good there.
I'll just say, Jose, it was amazing, and obviously a huge thank you to Bobby and his wife, his family. I mean, just the way that he opens up his home to so many people. It's pretty inspiring to see that, and so it was just a lot of people there. I'll say it was very, very cool to pick up on some conversations from TFCon from the weekend before, and get to talk to some people that I met for the first time at TFCon. Kind of carry on, get to know people a little bit more. But I'll just say, for me, one of the coolest moments, like, the collection is impressive to see. Everyone gets excited to look around. It can certainly be inspiring, just to kind of look at the way he displays stuff. But it was very surreal in the back room kind of thing, the second room in the basement he's got there. I walked in there and I was talking to Rob D was there, and Hung from 215 Toys. And Rob literally looked at me and said, "Hey, Gary, go ahead, have a seat at the cool table that you always see in all the videos." And it was just awesome. We sat down, had a nice 30-minute conversation with him and Hung, and kind of just talking about the hobby and some of the companies and some stuff with fans toys. It was just a very neat kind of surreal experience. But the timing and Rob's delivery on some of that stuff is pretty funny with his timing.
Rob's always on. That's the thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It was, so that was a pretty cool moment for me. And then after that, it was really just kind of hanging out and chilling and trying to again talk to as many people as possible. It was cool.
Yeah, it's a very intimate environment. I remember it from last year, and that room you're talking about, Gary. I wish I could have seen that in person, because last year it was still like a work in progress, like nothing was done in there. So, pretty impressive to see, like, in everybody's pictures. And I forgot somebody. I think it might have been Paul C that put up a panoramic video, like, of the rooms, and really, really awesome.
Yeah.
But it's cool, like you said. It's I'm sure it was packed this year, but the good thing about that is, like, the intimacy. Everybody gets to see each other. Everybody gets a chance to engage. You get a chance to talk. Like you said, picking up on the TFCon that we had the weekend before, so that's pretty awesome.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I just want to give a big shout out to Bobby and his wife for, inviting everybody there into their beautiful home and letting everybody hang out. It was a lot of fun. I mean, most of my time there I spent just watching everybody get trashed, but it was a good time. I just sat back, drank all the water, and I drank some for you, Gary. So,
yep, exactly.
I got you, buddy. I got you. Yeah, it was a good time. You know, like Gary touched on a lot of that. You know, you hold conversations from TFCon or whatever. It's nice to kind of carry that over and you know, elaborate more, get to know people more, and hang out, relax. It's a good time, really good time.
How was the food? Did you eat a lot? Like, did you? Heard it's like nonstop.
who didn't eat a lot that day?
Yeah, we did the filming stuff like to begin with, and then Bobby decided, you know, after we did that, he decided to cook, and I mean, he made some banging ass chicken. Holy shit, that stuff was good.
That was good.
Burgers, dogs. There was some mac and cheese. Shout out to the mac and cheese. Because
oh my god, the Firehouse mac and cheese. Paul C posted that menu, that recipe, by the way, in the realm.
Oh,
did he? That's dope.
Yeah, he got it from Mrs. Skullface there. So it's literally 4 pounds of cheese, 1 pound of noodles, and Cheez-Its.
And Cheez-Its.
That's why it was so good.
Yeah, Cheez-Its on mac and cheese, best fucking idea ever.
Yeah, like you do like the white cheddar Cheez-Its crumbles, and then you bake it.
Yeah, good stuff.
So JD, did you get some?
Oh, I got a nice big hunk of it. That shit was dope.
Because a lot of us didn't get any, and now I think I know why.
Started about your luck.
I think it was funny. Like Darius and I went in, and Agent H, we went in and like we got like the last bit of everybody's raving about mac and cheese. Oh my god, you gotta put this fucking mac and cheese on the burger. So we all right, we roll in, and there's like just 2 scoops left. So I'm like, 1 for me, 1 for you. And then there's somebody coming back. I can't remember who it was, and they're like, the fucking mac and cheese is gone.
Yeah, that shit was good.
Brian, was that you?
No. I did. I got some of the scrumptious, crispy bits from the side, and maybe a one like half spoonful of the stuff in the middle. But no, it's all good. Last year I got none. So yeah, man, too busy outside. Time went on. I wasn't paying attention. You know, and it's like,
you gotta be quick.
That's right, man.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll go next with my experience. So we got there just a little bit late, right? So it was me, JD, and Dom. We walked in together. And
is there a story? Is there a story for being late?
Well, look, not really. Just we just had a long drive. 3 of us had to coincide with one another. I had to meet Dom at his place. Then me and Dom had to go pick up JD. And then we had to stop and get, some stuff to bring because, we weren't equipped with that. So, we stopped at the liquor store, made sure we picked up a few bottles for Bobby's wife, picked up a few cases of beer and water and whatever the case it was. And so we get there, and I've been there before, so I already know the deal. But apparently it was a little different than last year because last year we walked in through the back. Everybody was already in the backyard, right? Mm-hmm. Remember, Jose, like there was like fucking 50 people in the backyard. Yeah. So now we get there, we open the door to the backyard.
There's like nobody there.
Nobody's there. And I'm like, what the fuck? I knew I had the right house, right? I'm like, because I seen the coolers everywhere, like already set up. So then I'm like, all right, come on. So now I'm walking up the stairs to go into the actual house, and I hear Dom go, "You're just gonna walk in?" And I'm like, yeah, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Like, so we walk in and that apparently everybody was inside because they were, I guess, serving lunch. So we walked in just in time. I walk in, the first person I see was Hung, and he was cooking up pierogies.
Those are delicious.
Mm-hmm. So good.
Philly cheesesteak pierogies.
Yes.
You look around, you see like people from every podcast everywhere. You see people that you've never seen before. Wives, babies running around, you're like dodging babies, dogs walking by you and shit, and then you say your hellos or whatever, you try to say hello to the Mrs. Skullface first, and then you go around and before you know it, you're like, shit, man, I'm hungry. You just start making a plate. So like I was like literally there for like 3 minutes, and I'm like stuffing my face, and then people are still coming in and stuff, and you're like, hey, how you doing? Stuffing a sandwich down your throat. And pretty much like probably right after lunch, everybody's talking for a little bit. Most of the guys from the realm, went outside, and we were all sitting on a table, and Brian's there. I remember specifically Brian, and I'm sitting across from him, and he's like, "We're gonna get fucked up, Dave," and I'm like, "Yes, we are." And then he's like, "Come on, you gotta have one of these," and I'm like, "What's one of those?" He's like, "Some share wine and some." Fireball.
Fucking Fireball.
So I'm like, all right, cool. So I make it. Jason Lowry comes and he's like, I want one too. I was like, all right, cool, come on. So I'm making his and I'm pouring his in the thing. I'm like, tell me when to stop. The dude never said stop.
Oh man.
The thing's about to overpour, and I'm like, that's it. You can't even fit no more. He's like, oh, he's laughing or whatever. Fucking before you know it, like it was hot. I didn't expect it to be hot. Last year I went half naked. I went in a fucking tank top thinking I'm Joe KW and shorts, and I was freezing by like 8 o'clock at night.
Me too.
Now this time I went just a nerd tee and jeans, but we were sweating balls. We were outside. It was like 90 degrees and humid. So I'm chugging beers and drinking this sheer wine mixture left and right. I was there for maybe an hour and 15 minutes, and I was fucked up. Now Bobby's like, all right, now everybody downstairs. We're gonna go downstairs. We're gonna shoot a video. I'm like, oh, fuck. So now, Jose's been down there. We all get around. We're in Bobby's basement, and like this is probably my first time in the basement since I got there. So now I'm looking at all the toys and shit, but now Bobby's recording. So I'm like trying to pay attention to him, but like look at his toys at the same time. And then I'm starting to sweat because I'm fucking wrecked.
It was hot.
I'm leaning on his table. What was that stuff he collects? The
40K.
The 40K
stuff. I'm leaning on the table. I'm like, I gotta get a chair. I go back to the cool table. I pull up a chair. I start sitting down. The minute I decide to sit down, he goes, "An Energon addict." And I'm like, oh, fuck me, man. I just fucking sat down. Like, it's my time to say something. He's like, so what's your... I'm like, yeah, so... whatever it was.
I'm really drunk.
But I mean, and after the video was done, it was just back to getting fucked up.
I mean, you at least had the distraction of Adam falling asleep, and Adam's excuse was,
that's true.
All the time.
That's true.
So, but it's funny, like Dave, you were behind me, and I'm like, you sure you don't want to be in front? I'm like, I don't want to be in front. And you're like, no, I'm fine. I'm back here.
Brian, I honestly I never seen you drink that much. Period. You had beers. He had beers in his cargo shorts in his back pocket. So every like 4 minutes you would hear, and then I think it was you, right, James, that you were like, oh, you came prepared, huh? And he's like, yeah. He was like, yeah, I'm always prepared.
Yeah.
Dude, shout out to cargo shorts, man. But all kinds of stuff in there.
But to sum it up, basically after that, we went back outside. We got fucked up again. We fucking ate like crazy. You guys heard about the great spread that they hook it up. I mean, if anybody wants to like talk about like what Bobby does, like he really gives back. Like, you know what I mean? Like if you're his friend, if you contribute, if you get invited to this thing, it's because he wants you there because he wants to give back. And he shows you the love. He's like, my house is your house. You want to fall asleep on the floor, you want to fall asleep on a couch, go ahead. Go in the fridge if you're hungry. Like, they hook it up. I mean, this time was even more of a spread than last time. And last time we couldn't finish it all either. It just keeps getting bigger. So overall, great time. After Bobby's, Chris, I got to thank Chris. He invited a few of us back to his place to stay there. And I had so much fun there too. Like I was tired, drunk, sleepy. But once we got there, once we got there, we were all fucking around. Hey Chuck, who invited you? When did you get here, Chuck? And Chuck would be like, "Oh, come on, guys.
Where's my fucking pizza?" God damn it.
JD's like, "I want fucking pizza." I'm like, "Dude, we ate so much."
Dust said he wants fucking pizza. He put it in my head.
Right. The rest of us are so fat that we're like, all right, we'll eat 2 slices each. Let's order fucking pizza. So now Chris is like, he's coming downstairs. He hears us. He's like, what the fuck are y'all doing? And like, we're ordering pizza. If we order by one, they'll still deliver. So he's like, oh, come on, man. He's like, I want to go to bed. He's like, I'll go see if I have some like Hot Pockets or something in the freezer. And we're like, all right, so go fucking check. And he's like, if you're gonna order pizza, I'm gonna have to stay up because I don't want nobody ringing my bell. Dust is like, don't worry, Energon Addict will go wait in the corner and go fucking wait for. I go, yeah, volunteer me while his fucking ass is already laying down in the couch. But we ultimately decided not to do it, and me and JD snacked down on some Doritos and went to sleep. But that was another highlight because now I'm in the room with all these dudes, right? And you just hear like a symphony of snores going on. It was like a symphony of farts and snores going on at the same time. And like you'd have to actually walk by. You'd have to walk by somebody to find out who it was that was snoring that way, because you couldn't tell because it was just coming from every angle. But overall, fucking awesome weekend. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you, Chris. Thank you guys too for everybody that showed up. It was a great time.
It was. And then Sunday we got to fucking go back and they made a fucking killer breakfast.
Oh, I forgot about the fucking breakfast.
Shout out to the fucking bacon.
Yep, I remember that bacon. I remember the bow tie salad from Saturday too. Did they have that? Was that still there? Bow tie salad? Pasta salad?
I didn't eat anything with a salad after it.
I didn't.
It was too much other stuff going on.
What about you, Gary? Did you get down on some hot dogs and hamburgers? What did you eat?
Yeah, no, I ate some lunch that they had there. So it really did. We're talking about salad, but there was this like awesome fruit salad, and then those pierogies were phenomenal. I actually splurged on some of those. They were definitely well done.
Jose, there was pasta salad there. I don't know if it was bow ties, but there was.
Yeah, I had some.
That was good. I remember that from last year. That was pretty good. How was your experience this year, Chuck? How was it? It was your first time going, right?
First time, yeah, going. I got invited right after NJCC. Bobby was talking to me on one of his YouTube channels, and he said, reach out to me. So I was honored to be invited. And but then he's right after TFCon, he says, you have to let me know throughout the week because I don't know if there's going to be enough room. I'm like, okay. I was just glad to be invited at that point, even if I wasn't able to go. But on Thursday, he said, yeah, there's room. Let me know immediately. So I said, okay, I'm definitely going to go. So I was a little late. I left Connecticut at 7 a.m. I didn't get there to Bobby's until 3 p.m. And by that time, they had just barely started the video down in the basement. And it was really hot that day because it was the hurricane that was coming through. Nate, I think it was, whatever. But I was so hot. Nasty. And then I got down to the basement, and it was like 400 degrees. And I look around the room, I see Energon Addict, and he is glazed over. I see Brian Brink glazed over. I'm just laughing. But it was awesome for the video part and everything. And Bobby asked, he put the spotlight on me at the end there, said, how are you doing? I just said I was glad to be there. But afterwards, started drinking, trying to catch up with everyone else. And I wasn't doing too well until I started hitting the fireball, and then I started catching up real fast. And, Brian was very generous with the drinks he had, so was Dust. It was really nice. And dinner was awesome. I loved the mac and cheese. And spent a lot of time like downstairs in the toy room, out on the porch with everyone. It was very awesome. Bobby's collection is just mind-blowing.
Yeah.
The way he has it set up. And so, I'm like, have to get Tarn now. I have to get Caldas. I'm looking at all this stuff. And it was great. We stayed late. And then I really got to have a shout-out to Chris Pinkerton. I was able to go on his place. And that's when the real hijinks started because everyone started ripping on me saying, who invited Chuck? And I was like, come on, man. I was on and off all week. And then Bobby said, he said, yeah, there's room. And then I finally get in there and like, hey, who invited Chuck? I'm like, oh, man. But it was fun. Dust was out of control, making fun of. He was out of control. Ripping in Energon Addict about his pajamas and making fun of Dave. And then Tyler L. passing out at the party.
That's great.
We're taking turns putting stuff on his head.
He had a couple on his head for the moment.
Listen, that poor guy had a rough week. You let him sleep, man. He was He was still rocking with us. That's what's. He could have easily just went inside, but he stayed. And every time he woke up, he would just smile and like put his hand up or something. Like, yeah, leave me alone.
My question is, how could he pass out? Like, he was sitting like straight up, and at some point, he was just like had his arms above his head. He was just sitting straight up, just like this, for like.
That's that New York City stuff, man. Like, you fall asleep on the train like that too. The train could be rocking, and you just fall asleep.
He ain't got nothing to lean on, nothing. He was out.
Yep. And then he passed out at Chris's when he left his glasses on. He was sleeping on his back.
Yeah.
I forget who it was. I think it was Energetic says, Chuck, you got to get those glasses. Oh, maybe it was Dust. Chuck, go get those glasses off his head. Like, no, I'm not doing it.
And I told you not to because...
went over there. What do you know? The second I touch his glasses, his eyes come up like that, like he's going to kill me. I'm like, oh, shit. I was like, dude, I'm just trying to protect your glasses. I don't want them getting broken. And he just doesn't say a word of this. So I continued to take them off. It was very awkward.
No, he gave you like a little nod, I think. He gave you the nod, like, okay, like, I won't kill you.
I was fucking shocked, like, but yeah. So man. There's the whole pizza. The pizza that was, you guys were ridiculous with the pizza, but
it's fucking hungry, man.
I mean, if I did it there, I would have made the pizza happen.
Yeah. So then breakfast the next day. Yeah. Breakfast the next day was awesome, and Bobby's telling more tales. It was just he's just an awesome guy. Really had a great weekend. And then I left it on 11, and I didn't get home back to Connecticut until like midnight because of the George Washington Bridge, which was a disaster. 2 hours this time. Oh.
Jesus.
But, yeah. Overall, great weekend. Loved it. I was so glad I got invited.
Yeah.
And it was good seeing everyone again. So.
And it was your birthday, Chuck. Don't forget that, man. It was great being with you on your birthday, bro.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. So how was the so you guys said Bobby shot like the video, I guess, like round robin like discussion and stuff like he usually does. Did he shoot any portion like of his music video?
Yep.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did some of that too. Hey, what was the discussion about? Do you guys remember?
It was the third party kind of round table, how we feel about the way third parties are kind of handling their business these days.
I
can't wait to watch
toys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Can't wait to watch it and see what it was.
Because
you don't even know.
Dust has some choice words about make toys and.
Oh, does he?
Oh, well. Surprise!
He posed some really good questions to the group. I think just about we had some really, I thought, nice discussions about different brands, and building a brand of any kind, not just in this third party world. We also talked a little bit about buying habits, and took a poll, for a few questions for the group. So it was interesting. It wasn't the same old, kind of, hey, where do you see the hobby in a couple of years? But it really was just a little bit more choices we make individually. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. I think, not to tell my own horn, I had some interesting counters, to some of the questions that were asked because, my opinion is that the whole reason third party exists and thrives is because it was designed just to fill in the gaps in our collections. And even though we see some shady business practices going on with third party companies, I don't want to start a whole other discussion because I still haven't talked about my Skullfest experience. The shit that's going on with Takara and them raising their prices and having absolutely no good explanation for why Masterpiece Sunstreaker is $120 when Lambor's $70. Mm-hmm. And, kind of raking us over the coals. And meanwhile, we came from an era where third party used to be so expensive it was almost unattainable for the average collector to now it's the cheaper option. Think about that.
Well, I mean, James, I know we're not supposed to get sidetracked, but to your point, though, I believe third party was started by fans, right? They wanted figures that otherwise never existed, and so they had the opportunity to do so, and that's how it kind of started there.
Right, and we don't want them to lose the vision of why they even started.
Yeah.
And a business is a business, and you sell a product to make money, not for charity. And there's overhead and all that, but
but I think the competition too is starting to. Maybe corrupt the original intention.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Well,
So.
maybe we could get into that if we have some time to talk about it. So, Extra, tell us about your experience there. First time too, right?
Yeah, first time for me. I've talked back and forth to Bobby on social media since like 2014. I think my first video that I saw that he did, I'm trying to think what came out. I know like the one I watched extensively was like the Warbitron video, because like I didn't know whether I wanted to buy it or not. But anyway, I just always appreciated how interactive he was in his videos, and he actually is not far from me. And you know, he goes to Baltimore Comic-Con every year, and I just have never run into him. So the first time I actually, and I tried to meet him a couple years ago. One, he was at the Kona Grill, and I ran late. It was one Comic-Con. We talked about that briefly. So we just never ran into each other. So it was nice to finally meet him in person and talk to him at TFCon. And I got an invite to Skullfest pretty fast. So, you know, I got there, and kind of like what everybody else was saying, I was really surprised by how welcoming everything was, and walked in, and there's just this massive amount of food. I see Brian, and I think Robert D was there at the table, and just all these Philly pretzels, and I'm just kind of overwhelmed. Like, well, who do I say hi to first? Yep. I had my beer, my big box of beer that went pretty fast. And walked in the kitchen, found Dust, and, you know, grabbed some food, and got to meet a lot of people. Like, I'd never met Hung before, and I've been buying figures from him for years.
Oh wow, nice.
You know, so it's nice to find, you know, after we have talked back and forth on Facebook Messenger for 2.5 years, to find, oh shit, you're you know. So it was nice to meet, you know, that additional beyond the internet experience that I got at TFCon. But yeah, no, just was really blown away by how, you know, welcoming everybody is. Bobby's wife's super nice, and you know, making sure everybody's taken care of. I really liked you know, how they open up their home to everybody, and everybody's like super cool. And then of course, finally going down in the basement, it's just, you know, something you see in videos all the time, and then it's like, oh shit, I'm actually in the lair. That display is something to behold. It's like, no matter where you look, there's something interesting, and so it's giving me some ideas for when I set up my basement, hopefully early next year. Of course, it'll
first thing you see is those Tetrajets.
Oh yeah. Soon to be replaced by the Moss Toys Tetra. I don't think he'll ever get rid of those, though.
Does he still have them up on the staircase?
Yeah. He does. Yep. And then I brought some figures. I brought the Soul Jigokin Megazord. Somebody else brought that, Sentinel Mega Man, and I brought my big ass Mega Action Series Prime. And it was just fun to just have so many people out, and, you know, playing with toys, and you know, you don't get to normally do that at parties. Normally it's like, hey guys, football is on. I brought my Optimus Prime.
I agree with that, man. That's especially true. Yep.
Yeah, it's nice to have so many like-minded people, and great food and great drinks, and it just was a great bookend to 2 like pretty much perfect weekends. You know, we had TFCon, and then we had this, and you know, it's just you know, and last night's chat, Dust was like waxing nostalgic about it, but it's just it really brings a lot of positivity into your life, and you know, it's nice to have. And, you know, of course, being a part of the video was cool, and it was a cool roundtable discussion, and just all the different personalities there, and just talking throughout the night, and the ice cream.
I forgot about the ice cream.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
Homemade ice cream.
Brian, you didn't get any?
I didn't. I don't know. I'm not a sweet tooth person. So.
I recall you saying, I got too much alcohol in my system right now to even consider this.
I think that might have been Dusty said that. I don't think that was me.
Well, you had a lot of alcohol in you, Brian.
Yeah. Hey,
just
mission
saying.
accomplished. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I love that video. Shout out to Paul C. He has a video of you shotgunning a beer. I'm like, yes. And I love because it was like literally like 10 seconds. You just like chug, and then you did the whole squeeze the empty can in your hand. Like,
yeah, I wasn't gonna smash it against my head.
I have the B angle of that video if anybody wants it too.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I got you in the front view.
Oh man, that was so funny. So I did see some pics of like you guys like playing with the action figures. So did a lot of people come through? They brought their toys and stuff.
I think a lot of people did. Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Last year, I think Paik had brought some prototypes and stuff. I actually saw him at CFCon. I asked him if he was going to be able to make it, and he told me he wasn't sure, but he didn't think that he was going to be able to. Because I was like, man, that was nice of you to bring those prototypes last year, and it would have been cool to check some stuff out.
But that's cool. See Tarn last year, remember that? He's like, don't take the face off. Oh, fine.
Yeah, he brought the Unique Toys Allen.
To one of the VA meetups, not to sidetrack, because he frequents those, and I didn't get to talk to him too much at TFCon. I was hoping he was going to be at Bobby's, but he's a super nice guy.
Yeah, really cool. Sweet, man. Anything else? Any other stories you guys want to share?
I just want to
drunken conversations. I
just want to share.
Robert B. broke the chair.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, you busted the arm right off of it. Yeah.
It was a metal chair too.
Yeah,
he said
wrought iron chair. Snap the whole arm.
He's like, I was going to break something when I came in.
Yeah, last year he was like
off on Jason Lowry.
Bobby threaded the arm of the chair through his belt, like it was like a fucking crowbar or something.
Oh man,
Robert! I just want to. Bobby popped in the chat yesterday. So if he was here today, I'm sure he'd say the same thing. But just wanted to drop in briefly and say thank you everyone who came through. Hope you had a good time. Glad to be associated with the R.O.C. # Birds of a Feather. So, yeah, I'm sure. Same thing today if you'd be able to.
Very cool.
Yeah, what I enjoy. I mean, Bobby's a good judge of character, I think, and everybody that he invited there all had the same vibe. Everybody was just there to chill out and have a good time, and being respectful of, his home and his high end stuff as well. So, and I enjoyed it. I really did. I think every year gets better, and I won't want to miss next year either. So
yeah. Did you guys hide the rock cards? Trust.
I did not hide any rock cards this weekend.
Nope.
You almost
I saw they're everywhere.
The Warhammer setup.
But... Well, that was from 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
Yeah. But no, I didn't hide any rock cards this weekend.
He's probably still finding ones from last year anyway. So
I looked up a few that I planted last year that are still there, so they'll find them.
The Tiger Track swap out was pretty hilarious.
Oh yeah,
that was pretty classic.
Do you see his last few videos? He just tossed it now.
Yeah,
it's missing a wheel.
There's Tiger Tracks.
It was cool seeing Cody there too. He was really like Bobby's stepchild or something.
Yeah.
He was in his socks the whole time. He had Bobby's daughter chasing him around everywhere he went. Anytime he sat down, she was right next to him. It was the cutest thing.
I remember seeing him popping his head out of the room. He's like, she's taking my bedroom.
Oh man, well, it sounds like you all had a good time. I'm sorry I had to miss it. Had some family event that came up, so I couldn't get down there. But I'll definitely be there next year. And shout out to Bobby once again for, like you guys said, opening his home to everybody that he invited. And for everybody for having that love and respect, and for having a hell of a time this weekend. So good shout out to you guys, man. Dope. Sorry I missed it. Wanted to get drunk with you guys.
You should be sorry.
So we got a little bit of time.
Jose, we could have used the extra coverage. I mean, Dust did a pretty good job, but
yeah,
he's like I'm no Jose.
He's like, we need our Hurricane BX. Where's our Hurricane BX?
Yeah, he tried to pull that whole third party Puerto Rican for me to do it, and I'm like, nah, man, that's not me. I can't do it.
Yeah, I said I was gonna be on you guys too, be like, yo, take pics, because I definitely would have been snapping away. And I was hoping I would see. I was checking the group, and I'm like, man, I'm not seeing any pictures. What's going on? I want to know what's happening.
Yeah, Paul was doing it. Paul was doing his best, but it's just there's so much to see and so much to talk, so many people to talk to. It's I talked to Russ and his wife for a long time. It's I talked to everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's hard. Like we've been in those situations before, like when we've hooked up at like NJCC and cons, where like that's our intent to take like video and get pictures. And we've had events where we've only taken like a couple of pics because we're just chatting with each other and doing what we're doing, having a good time, and we're just like forget to take those pictures. Sometimes like the end of the show, we're trying to rush and be like, all right, pictures on, pictures on, pictures on, So, but Paul C and some of the other guys that were there, I started to see some pics coming out. So definitely gave me a good idea of the experience there. Just like last year, looked like a good time. So
and Dust went live too. He went live a few times.
Yeah,
those videos should be on the R.O.C.
Okay. Yeah, I think I actually saw one of them. He was, I forgot who he was talking to. He was like, you got to wait a couple of minutes, for the people to pop in. And then, he was chatting it up.
He was talking to Bobby. So Bobby's got his mask on and he's wearing this hat.
Yeah.
And he's like, why you got the hat on? He's like, it's sunny out here.
Yeah, when Dust was talking, he was talking to Matthew Lux.
Oh, that's right. That's
yeah,
right.
he started
And
with
that's when I popped in. He just waited and waited, and then they talked about, what about Germany? No, he's asleep now. Oh no, there he is, and that's why I popped into the live.
Yeah, I think like they said, saying you were the only one that was popped in live. I saw a bunch of the other people's comments like after the fact and stuff.
Yeah,
so
yeah, they came later. Yeah, Snarl was in it too. I don't know, a bunch of others.
I had my Golden Girls T-shirt on. Dust came and asked me that. I was like, dude, name a more iconic group of G-MILFs. I dare
you. Oh man, so good times, man.
So that's like Bobby started it a few years ago, and it's like an invite only, and you get it through TFCon mostly, or how does it run?
We used to be through TFCon.
Well,
I mean, I'm sorry, TFW is where he started, if I remember correctly. Because I talked.
No, he TFW said he used to be on the boards every once in a while,
Yeah.
but this is his third Skullfest. And basically he reaches out to people who reach out to him. So if you are active on his channel with the cool table, stuff like that, and engage in conversation and things like that, that's typically how you build that relationship and potentially, I guess, get a chance to get an invite. Not to speak for Bobby, but that's how it worked for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's how others have told me it's worked. So
yeah. So I tried getting a Maryland get together happening a couple years ago, and that's when he first told me about Skullfest. So I could have been cool a couple years ago, but
you guys are all bullying everybody right now because you got to pay $200 to get to Skullfest, right? you got to PayPal Bobby $200 to get the invite. All right, and if you want to unlimited drinks, you got to pay $350. So. No, I'm just messing.
I did like finally get a Maryland get together to happen. So I'm going to be doing one in this Saturday up in White Marsh and kidnapping T-Man for that.
Nice. What's that about? Like, what are you guys doing? Just hooking up with some buds, having some drinks,
meeting up with some local collectors, and just trying to gauge out. And hopefully, none of them are weird. If they're watching this, I'm not Extra Zero, and I didn't insult you. But just trying to get community together. It's just like when you have somebody that puts themselves out there to try and bring a community together, you kind of get the vibe that hey, I want to be a part of this. I want to do this too, and try and find more like-minded people. Try and find some cool fans. I mean, the thing about the Transformers community is that I go to a lot of Comic Cons and a lot of shows, and it's always a small presence, but there are a lot of fans out there, but when it comes to Marvel, when it comes to Figuarts, when it comes to DC, those boys and their toys, not all boys, but those people and their toys. I wanted to rhyme, but I don't want to offend anybody. You get like a bigger crowd and a bigger draw. Pops bring a lot of people together. So why not try and bring that Transformers community together and know who your fellow collectors are out there? And then networking is a hell of a thing. I became friends with T-Man because we were local, and I go on insane toy hunts, and he'd be like, I'm looking for this. I think it was Amiibo is how we started doing trades. And you start finding people that are out there, and they hook you up, and they find stuff for you, and really learn the value of collecting. It's not about what you have; it's about what you have that makes you happy. And a lot of times, making other collectors happy and sharing in that makes you happy too, and it's nice.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Shout out to Gary.
Yep. Yeah. I think Dust has always said that. He said it before on ETR, on these hangouts in the past, like, because everybody's spread out, like when we do these hangouts every week. So, feels like we're sitting in each other's living room, but we're not. So for guys like Tim that's out in Germany, or guys on the West Coast, or guys that might be a little bit more secluded, we always say that. Try to reach out, see if there's any other people in your area, and, like Extra's doing, organize those meetups. Like you'd probably be surprised, like who's out there that shares those similar interests. That's awesome that you're doing that. Is this the first one you're doing, or you've done them before?
For me, this is the first one I'm doing, like Transformers related. I've done right. Toy shows and stuff. I talked to Randy quite a bit because Randy from Nerd Out, because my best friend and I are dissatisfied with a lot of the dealers they have at toy shows. So I want to get into the vintage game, and I want to make Transformers a part of it. My best friend's all about the pop side of things, which is going to blow up, but I love him, so I'm not going to burst his bubble. But I like going to toy shows, because even if Transformers isn't somebody's thing, you get a lot of like-minded people. And it's nice to have people that understand your hobby and understand the joys of collecting and having your own personal displays. And I walk in every day, and that makes me happy. Something I never thought I'd have.
Yep.
I like what you're doing, Extra Zero. I mean, like I do it all the time myself. I mean, I have coworkers that I try to put on. Like Riddler Circle is a coworker, and he's deep with us to the point that he knows most of you guys already. He was at TFCon. I have a cousin who frequents the group now. He usually just writes and talks about topics, but he's there. And if you're in like another group, let's say like a specific Facebook group where you might just collect I don't know, Marvel Legends, let's say, right? And you have a good conversation with somebody, you can just say, hey, by the way, I mess around with this group of guys too. They have a show on Mondays and Tuesdays. You might be interested in watching. Come check us out. And that's how the word just keeps spreading. Before you know it, some of these guys might want to be a little more involved. That's how I started out. That's how a bunch of these guys started out. We all started out just talking on the internet via Messenger. You do one meetup, and you're like, you know what? I like these guys. I'm gonna fuck with them, and that's it. We're gonna start chilling. I'm gonna start getting more involved, and look where we are today. You know what I mean? So spread the word. So it can't hurt. It can't hurt.
It's just like TFCon. It's like I'd only ever just talk to people on Facebook, but I had Lance dragging me around and introducing. You need to have that icebreaker too. You need to have that person that's willing to just like, hey, do you know who this is?
Yeah, Extra Zero, man, you're pretty cool. What are you doing hanging out with Lance?
Lance is awesome.
No, I know. I like messing. Me and Lance, we go at each other. That's why I just gotta.
Because if I wasn't Lance's friend, he'd fly over to Maryland to snap my neck.
Oh, all right.
No, we go way back. Like,
I was handing out cards at New York Comic Con and had a lot of success. Being in line in the beginning, I didn't think there'd be a lot of people. Like, how am I going to find the Transformer fans in this group? Because that's mostly about Transformers, not only about Transformers, but I had like 50 cards to give out, and I was wearing Energy Addict's big rock shirt with the big Decepticon symbol, and my God, is that a conversation starter with random people who are casually or majorly interested in Transformers, and they just come up and I chit chat with them for a little bit. I'm like, boom, I shoot them with the card. I'm like, TFW, like, yeah. I'm like, well, we're kind of the opposite of TFW. We're very inclusive, and they're like, oh, that's so great, and they want then they take the card or whatever, but. It was awesome. You know,
that's
meeting people and
that's cool too. Like
spreading the word.
Sometimes you need that icebreaker. See something as simple as a dope T-shirt, and they're like, "Oh, that's cool." It's somebody with a common interest could spot that. A nice big Decepticon logo. And it is a cool looking shirt. Shout out to Dave. For having these for us.
Absolutely.
Like any way that you could spread, the realm of collectors out there. And sometimes we do have to put ourselves out there. Like I remember when Dave first came at his first NJCC, and he came up to us and just kind of introduced himself, and he was with his wife, and and this guy is like a brother to me today, and then that was less than 2 years ago, and like he said, look at how it's grown and what it's become. And then especially after this last TFCon, all the members that were there, so many new people, extra, you're here right now, 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks removed from that event, so many other people that I think even were on the post show last week. Me and Dust were in there, and I think like the 5 or 6 other heads were in there, were never in the Hangouts with us before. And I loved it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we want. We want everybody to just come on board, join the group, check out the Instagram, and just join what we're doing here. Subscribe to the channel, because this channel is yours too. We look forward to your what's in the fucking box and shelf life videos. I keep forgetting to post mine. I just want to rip my toys out of those boxes.
I've been in the same boat. I've got a couple coming this week. This group's for you guys, and we are adults only, we're an acquired taste. But I think everybody that enters the realm, so to speak, loves what we do and loves to be a part of it, so I'm proud to be a part of it with you guys here. Yeah, I'm proud to be included, as
Word.
Jose, you said we're an acquired taste. If anybody's out there wants to know what it tastes like bacon. Okay?
It's very salty.
It's good, okay? Bacon tastes good on everything. So Tim, even vegan bacon, it tastes like that. All right? You know it.
Much obliged.
I mean, you've heard of Rock Lords. Get ready for Salt Lords.
Oh man, well, any final thoughts on anything we discussed tonight? The Star Wars, I know we're all hyped. NYCC, anything? Skullfest, any last minute stories? Got a few minutes. Don't die on me, guys. Come on, what's going on?
No, since there's some time, since Brian asked about it, a few prizes of the German Transformers convention. There was like Triptychon, Titan's Return, was like $160. The Takara Legends was around 200. They had the Mega Action Optimus Prime for 200. The GTO packs costed 160.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's very fair. The single transformation standard cons were 105 each instead of 110 on TF Robot Shop. So that's pretty much the standard. So nothing much expensive from the shop.
Cool. That's
It's interesting that it was a Hasbro event, but they let third party go on there.
Yeah. Not really a Hasbro event, but Hasbro got back there and saying, "Oh yeah, really cool. We need something like that in Germany because support is so bad, so we want to get behind it." But apparently they don't block out third parties, so that's really cool.
They're more like a backer.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably not something that they have full control over yet. But if it should ever get big enough, that might happen.
Yeah. Like that little shit show that's currently running with two horror-themed conventions going in Germany. The one is called the House of Horrors, and the other is called the Weekend of Hell. And the founder of the House of Horrors originally was the one for the Weekend of Hell, but another company got hold of that, and now they grabbed Michael Bean from his convention by a shove of $5,000 like that.
Wow.
Yeah, and he backed out on the contract from the House of Horrors and got to Weekend of Hell. So a little bit of shady business there too. Not cool. Cool. So let's hope that will not hit the cons one day, because I love it when it is small and all about fans. This is just more love behind it.
Yeah.
I just want to say something about the New York Comic Con and how much it's changing every year. Last time I was there was, I think, 3 years ago, and most of the retail floor was, well, about half of the retail floor was about was just purely comic companies selling back issues and stuff like that. And I gotta say, and Jose can back me up on this, it has really changed in just 2 years. It's mostly pop culture now, and you can put all the comic book retailers in like one row, one column maybe.
Yep.
But the rest of the floor is just, for collectors like us, there's getting to be a lot more to look forward to at New York Comic Con. Especially if you're into like vintage Transformers or 80s toys, they had at least 5 or 6 retailers that were deep into it, and they had good selection. And I had a great time. One day was not enough. But
oh no, it's,
you know,
it's
if you've been
definitely
to it before,
not.
you're like, it's all right. It's really getting to be. I think it's really getting to be something in our wheelhouse that we would like. I definitely had a great time.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Hey, last time I had been there was 2009, I think. And is it still pretty expensive? Like, what was it?
Yeah, like a 1 day ticket will still run you like 60, and a 3 day pass. I think it's like one. Oh, all right, yeah.
They did away with the passes, the 3 day, 4 day passes. Now you got to buy them individual by day.
But is it hard to get tickets?
It is, because you got to get queued up. You have to register with them, and then they'll send you an email that has a unique link that will take you to the buy page. But you still got to get queued up, and usually by the time your queue comes up, the tickets that you want are sold out.
Oh wow!
Usually, the best day to go and the best day to get a ticket, because they sell them even till the day of, is Thursday, the first day. Because a lot of people are at work, and people don't. It's still packed. It still gets crowded, but usually that's the last day to sell out. This Thursday. So
if
you're delayed,
the exclusives on.
Go ahead, Chuck.
And for example, Mezco sold out of their Wolverine. I think the first 2 hours of the show, and they sold out for the entire weekend. You couldn't get it anymore any of the other days, which is kind of shitty. But just I think Thursdays. If you're gonna go, check it out.
Yeah. Thursdays and Sundays, and always Friday and Saturday are going to be the busiest day. Saturday especially. So if you're going on a Saturday and that's the only day you're going, just know you're in for a ride. It's getting so packed, like it's kind of like just elbow to elbow people now.
I think it grows like by the thousands every year. It went from 8 to like 10 to 15 to 20 something. So it's just every year it gets more and more crowded.
So it would be kind of hard for people to go because we might not all get tickets.
Well, I was gonna say it's unfortunate that that New York Comic Con is during the same time usually as TF Con, or around the same time, because it could be possibly something that they can consider doing. Maybe having tables at, or everybody going together to New York Comic Con. But
you mean like if we got a exhibitor or something, we could all go?
Right. But it just falls into the wrong season,
Yeah.
So AndyCon is if you get your tickets in time, you can do it. Like Celebration, I got my tickets last year as soon as they went on sale. I think it was August, and Celebration wasn't until was it March? Yeah, it was March. And or was it April? I can't remember. But you just got to get that stuff. You got to jump on it and then just commit to going.
Yeah,
dude. So was Jason really messed up at Skullfest? Because he's in the chat right now, and he goes, "It was really good to meet you at TFCon Extra Zero." And I'm like, "You guys are sitting right next to each other just last Saturday."
See, the thing too is I sometimes I think people don't make the connection that
No. And then he also goes, "I got to play with your oversized Prime."
Yes, that's how a lot of people know.
Hey. Well, Brian, we're getting close to that 90-minute mark, so why don't you shout out the people in the chat for us?
All right, man. So we had Chat Wingham, also known as Spung Boob.
We
had
never gonna live that down.
We had Retro Now.
Retro.
We had Jason L, of course, and EE Prime. Shout out to Eric there. We had Bricks on the Dollar, Primacon, Night of Ren, Craig R, Sunday Heat. We had Masterpiece Ship Piece, Nick Brammer in there, BZ Fresh, Mega 81, Antoine, Lord Shadowkeeper. is still he found some signal so he can watch the show.
Yes. Don't shout out Lance.
Cool.
We have Sportimus in there, Mark 44 Prime. Good to meet you at TFCon, brother.
Absolutely. That's good. It's good, dude.
We had KJ Smith, Anthony B, Nerd Out, Dolkar, JR Link, and the Forgotten Path, which is the Lance.
Yeah. Shout out to Dolkar. I've been watching his Reviewer Revered series, and they're really good. So if anybody hasn't seen this yet, check them out.
Yep, sweet. Yeah, he's been popping into the after hangout here with us and stuff. So, guys, that's for you guys too. For anybody that's watching live, we do continue this off the air. So if anybody's interested, we are probably going to post a link to this hangout in the Realm of Collectors Facebook group. So feel free to hop in if there's any spots left. All right, let's run down the panel, say our goodbyes, tell us where you're at. So first up, the analyzer, Brian Brink.
So Brian Brink in the Facebook groups, add Brinkalizer on Instagram. And if you're in the Philadelphia area, New Jersey area, or, within 4 hours, no, just kidding. There is a convention going on called RetroCon. It's a 2-day convention near King of Prussia at the Oaks Expo Center. Just look up RetroCon. And some of us will be there. I think Bricks is going. I'm going. I think Dom said he's going.
Retro Now is going to be there also.
Retro Now. Yes, that's what jogged my memory.
I'm going.
Jason L is telling people to hit him up if people are going. So
I'm going to try.
It's just a big toy show. I think they also have people there for signing things and voice actors and artists and supposedly there's a band. Retro Now says there's going to be a band.
Cybertronic, whatever.
Oh, those people who dress up like Rodimus and things?
Mm-hmm. The Cybertronic spree.
Yeah,
right.
Nice.
Yep.
Tickets are sold out, I think, for that, though, already.
All right, sweet. That's this weekend, right, Brian?
Yep, this weekend.
All right, sweet. All right, next up, Chuck C.
Hey, I'm Chuck Cluthier on the Facebook groups, and on Instagram, I'm 30 Tricks, and that's it.
All right, Energon Addict.
Yo, Energon Addict on Instagram. Catch me here on Tuesday nights. And I'll see you guys in the Facebook group. David Colon, send me a fucking friend request. I'm a nice guy. I won't
Don't
bite.
do it. No, don't do it. Fuck that guy.
No, that's fuck Jay Roos.
Yeah, please don't start a fuck Energon Addict, please.
All right, Extra Zero.
All right, so Extra Zero, I'm this weekend. I'll be doing a kind of a Transformers meetup in the Maryland area. So if anybody's on TFW, you can get the details there. We'll be at the Avenue in White Marsh. Other than that, you can find me at the Original Zero on not Instagram, on Twitter, which is where I'm probably most active with my photography and nerdy news. So I appreciate more followers, and I'd like to try and make Tuesday night a regular thing here. So if you all have me back.
Awesome, man. Thanks for popping on tonight.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right. Next up, G Money. Happy birthday.
Thanks, man. Thank you guys for all that all day today. It's very cool. So Gary Allen in the Facebook groups, and I'll be here on Tuesday nights. And just two real quick things I'll say is look forward to some details in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to be putting together the kind of 2017 into 2018 wellness challenge competition for the R.O.C. So I'll get some more details out here in the next couple weeks. Yep.
Awesome.
Working on that. And then, look, man, we talked a lot about big events. I liked what Extra was saying about the Maryland meetup. We don't have to wait for those big events. So we can always get together and put something of our own to hang out anytime. So just one other thing to always be thinking about, when we're kind of chatting with each other. So
sweet.
Yes, sir. Yep.
You're right on the money, G.
Cool.
All right, JD.
You can find me, JD Brocious, in the Facebook groups. Pigment Surgery on Instagram and Xbox Live. Here on Tuesdays and every other Wednesday on Figga Bangin'.
Not this Wednesday.
Not this. Nah, not this
finger
Wednesday.
out of here.
Next
Why?
Wednesday.
Dave.
All right, next up. Oh.
Dave.
Sim.
Ah!
Yeah.
All right, Tim K.
Yeah. What's up? You can find me as Tim K on the Facebook groups and Figure Photography Crate on Instagram.
Hey, by the way, dude,
yes.
that picture, that Motormaster, that yesterday that J-Reese featured.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
Phenomenal.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I think it turned out great too. I was really happy about the spotlight. And you were the first to say it. Ah, that's nice. And I also like what Gist said, that he had to take a double take. If it's real or not. That's the best compliment.
Yeah, it was an awesome shot, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks, guys.
All right. And as for myself, you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all over social media as HarricanBX, as you see right there below. And here hosting the R.O.C Hangout every single Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on this channel with the rest of these fine gentlemen. Guys, check us out on Facebook. We're there as a group, Realm of Collectors. We're on Instagram at Realm of Collectors and on Twitter at Enter the R.O.C. Don't forget to check out our website, realmofcollectors.com. We got the shot glasses up for sale, $13 shipped anywhere in the continental U.S. You get a pair, and we'll work out shipping for our international members. Pull up a chair to the Cool Table Network. It's a hub for like-minded podcasts, including our flagship show, Enter the Realm, Shattercast Uncut, Plastic Fanatics, Toy Detox, Nerd Rage Radio, Figure Banging, Beer and Bolts 40K, 8 Weeks Stasis Lock, and a whole lot more. You can find the Cool Table on Facebook and throughout all social media. So thanks for joining us, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We are the R.O.C. We're not going anywhere. So get to know us. Love and relax. We'll see you next week. Peace out.
Peace.